huh?
It's all about me.
What do you mean?
Too much about me.
Yeah, but a lot of them are.
Oh, are we on?
We are.
So I guess what Shane and I have done is we've been able to, talk and communicate with each other, explaining what we want to do, and then from there, just going and doing our best. Like we have high expectations of like ourselves, but the thing is we don't also put pressure on ourselves where we have to go and do this or we have to go and do that, which means that there's, we're not going to, like, well, personally, I feel like I'm not going to lose my composure or fall out of love for it because I've put so much pressure on what I'm doing. Throughout our journey, we've been able to, jump and make new goals and try and tick off the old ones. And we also haven't set goals that aren't accomplishable. So before, obviously, like I never had a goal when I first started CrossFit. I never actually had a goal to go to the CrossFit Games. I just wanted to participate in a local competition. And Shane's like, oh, okay, if you want to do that, let's do it. And then I won that, and like that was so shocking. So then I was like, oh, I could be good at this. So one of my goals was to make him, hopefully we could create some sort of income where it would allow him to not have to work there, and he could coach me all the time and come on these trips with us. So that's something that we've been able to accomplish, not obviously overnight, but that there is something where we really cherish because it doesn't happen for everyone, and it only may last for a small amount of time, but we can always look back on these moments and be like, oh, remember when we went to Berlin and we went and got that interview with BOXROX. And so it's funny sometimes. So our friends at home that sometimes train with us, they can't believe that all of a sudden I could be yelling at Shane across the room of the gym, and then a split second later I'll be like, so what do you think about this? And it's funny because like I don't hold grudges. Sometimes I do, obviously I'm a female, but like majority of the time I know it's like we might argue over a snatch, like he might be like, no, that's not right, do this, and I'm like, oh, it's always no with you, just tell me how good it is, and like there might be like those little things, and there definitely are arguments throughout the training session. For example, last night we were doing yoke carries, and we put like 20 kilos on each side, and I was like, yeah, that's heavy enough. And he's like, oh, Tia, we need to go heavier. And I was like, I can't go heavier. And then he's like, well, we're not going to be better, are we? And then he let me dwell on it, and I was just like, oh, he's so right. And then I just was like, grabbed the weight and just slammed it on the yoke, and in my head, like I know he's right, but I want to like retaliate against him.
Whoa. Okay, cool. So I'm Shane Orr, I'm Tia's coach as well as her husband. I think we've been married now for 3 months. I think. But about myself, so I've enjoyed sport, so I've been a big fan of sport, more so athleticism. So I'm very attracted or addicted to watching athleticism in any sport. So that's been a big draw card for me growing up. Obviously after the performance of last year, there was certainly a lot of positives to take away from that. So as soon as we drove out the gate from Carson, I think Tia and I started analysing already what we did and what we can do differently. There was sort of no big difference in our programming or changing for 2017. It was just more keep doing the same things, maybe just altering 1%ers, and but there was no big shuffle in our program, was it, would you say?
I feel like there was a lot of more confidence building. So obviously when you first start out in the sport and it's your first year, you're just like, whoa, like this is awesome to be here. Then you go, I came second, so like that was a huge shock to the system. The level of confidence I had within myself, not within what we had together, and I knew and I believed that I was one of the hardest training athletes out there, but to compete against them. Like I'm still like, fangirling over some of these athletes because I'm like, oh my God, like, but like I'm standing right next to them, competing alongside them. So it was our confidence level really going into it. Not so much Shane's, but more so mine. And through training and stuff, Shane's like, come on Tia, you're getting more confidence within yourself. And he was always having to, send me like little like memes and things to make me think like, come on, you got this. Like,
so I think big things we did.
I know it sounds lame, but you did, and it was like really nice.
We did a lot of scenario-based stuff. So
that's more of a husband thing,
So
he's very sweet and romantic.
So we did a lot more like visualization of being in the
Sorry.
Okay. But like so I'd just say, come on, imagine what it would be like on Sunday and sort of train for that intensity or think about that more so. That was sort of integrated more through our training, but that we picked that part more towards leading to regionals or games. It wasn't necessarily in the opens or the off season. But thank you. We certainly talk a lot about our training, and it's obviously being surrounded with each other and spending a lot of time in the gym. I get to see how she moves and just seeing how the body's reacting. But she also gives me input saying, Shane, the body's sore. And then either I'll say, great, this is what I want, or I'll say, okay, thanks for that, and let's readjust the load. So she has certainly got input on it. Sometimes it's ignored, but sometimes it's factored in.
I feel like every day it's ignored.
But I can't take full credit, so we do have a great team with us, so I certainly can bounce my ideas off some of the people that work around us as well.
I think, Shane, it's really awesome. And you'll find that like you may come across some coaches that think that it's their way or the highway. What I have noticed, and my parents always like say, wow, like they're just really shocked. Like when they talk to Shane and they see how Shane works and how he's like thinking about programming, he's not thinking about himself or always thinking like, oh, what's gonna make me look good. He's always like, what's gonna make Tia better.
Well, before I got announced, I wasn't feeling too good. I felt sick, even the build-up. But after, like, I was genuinely happy for the result for Tia. Like, I was genuinely happy, obviously, but just a big relief as well. Like it's 3 years in the making. So I know that doesn't sound like long when you compare to some of the other athletes, but certainly for us, where you can sort of, take it back and realise the days of grinding on the salt bike, on the rowing machine.
In my head, because, I believe that Shane believed in me like a lot sooner than I believed in myself and my own ability. I think why it was so special to us is because we wanted to accomplish it together. It wasn't just like, it's my goal that I wanted to do. It was, I wanted to be able to win the CrossFit Games, but I also wanted to make sure that like Shane was like solely coaching me, and he was the one that got me to the CrossFit Games. That's a good question.
What's her biggest fear?
No pressure.
Anything, or is it more sports related? Anything,
yeah. You don't even know me.
I'm just going to wink at you. That means disagree. I'm not going to throw anything out there. I don't even know what to throw out there.
Can I answer it?
What is it?
Failing.
I was going to say come last, but that's not the same. Okay.
Okay. I think that this could be actually a bit of both, but he always wants the best out of someone. So he's always trying to make the people that are surrounding him always be better. Sometimes you can be a little bit pushy. You can be a little bit pushy. So sometimes I think he can like push too far sometimes. Like when I think about it, I just think, oh my God, our poor kids, sometimes they're going to be just like, wanting to just chill, and then he's just going to be like, come on, we're going to do this. Get up, get outside.
She's got time for everybody, I believe. So that's her positive.
Really?
Yeah. I've got to get to the negative before I forget. Her bad one would be certainly, she's one of those people that has to get it done before she can move on to the next activity. So for instance, if we're going to the gym, Tia training's at 1:30. Okay. So at 1:25, she's decides to do the washing. I'd be literally in the car, beep beep, and I'm beep toot on the horn.
He's actually started leaving without me.
And then I'd drive down the driveway, so this will be a punishment. She'll have to walk to the car. This will teach her. Sure enough, the next day, she has to feed the dogs or something. It's something different. It's always the cats. We're generally late.
I think that's very fair to say.